Alright, it's Killer J here.
And then,
Today is an interesting game. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. For the PS2 and old school Xbox. So it's developed by Midway Studios, Los Angeles, and Midway Games. And same thing as publisher. Yeah. This is... Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay, well, this is one of the few games that people wanted remastered. This game has potential there. To be on next-gen consoles, but NetherRealm they're just worried about making MK sequels and Injustice sequels, so... It's a shame, too, because they should put this game back on console. Especially with the modern features, they can add online co-op and, you know, multiplayer and stuff like that. They can do a lot with it there.
so are those kind of features you want to see from the remaster? Like online co-op?
Yes. Yes, online co-op and, you know, versus mode, because you had a versus mode in this game. You played as 8 characters. You unlock characters like Katana, Reptile, Baraka.
Would you like to see an expanded roster as well if they were to remaster it?
Yes. I would like to see Raiden on the roster, Cabal, because Cabal was in the game. Who else? Ermac. You know, fan favorite Sonya. A bunch of characters, even Molina too, and Jade and all them there. I would like to see that, to be honest there.
Yeah, I mean, Shaolin Monks is a pretty classic game. Remember playing it a long time ago, and I'm pretty sure it would still hold up. It's one of the first games I really got into for the PlayStation 2 era. And,
Oh, sorry.
no worries.
Okay. Shaolin Monks basically takes place after MK1 and 2. That's why it has MK1 and 2 representation. With characters like Jade and Katana and all them. But it is a fun beat 'em up though. But the annoying enemies are the Shadow Priest and the Tarkatans. I'm trying to say, can't talk today.
No worries. Yeah, what I really liked about that game, at least for me personally, was the whole couch co-op, which was new for me at the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, you'd easily get lost and spend like 80, 100 hours into that game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's one of those games from that era that was just really well made, in my opinion, and still holds up today.
Oh yeah, especially on the PS2. I know there's people playing it as of late. They've been playing it recently there. I see people playing it online. There's a YouTube channel called Fighter's Den. He does a pretty good job on Mortal Kombat stuff. If you want good Mortal Kombat content, go check out that guy. I'm putting over Fighter's Den right now, the Fighter's Den. Even Fort Snake there, he's pretty good too.
Yeah, for sure.
Check out those guys.
So, what would you say to people who were thinking about getting the game, or maybe weren't sure because it's an older title?
Well, you can probably emulate offline there, on the computer. I mean, try to get emulator ROM set up for it there. If you know how to do that stuff, you can probably customize the settings and make the game even better. But if you want to find a physical copy, you have to go to pawn shops and that there. Because I have it on the Xbox and the PS2. I'm surprised they didn't put it on GameCube, which is a shame.
Yeah, for sure.
I think PS2 and Xbox were the more powerful consoles at the time. But GameCube has some games on it there, not to knock the GameCube too much there.
Is there anything that you personally enjoyed about the game?
Well, I enjoyed the combat. I enjoyed the story mode. I enjoyed the cutscenes. Some of the fights I don't enjoy because you have to do a series of fatality inputs, which is hard.
Yeah.
Baraka's was a pain in the ass because I can't get his fatality inputs right now.
Yeah, and that was kind of a trend going on at the time, wasn't it? Especially, I don't know, with like Prince of Persia or like, especially God of War games that probably came a bit later.
Where you have to do a series of quick times, just press this button, press this button, press this button.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing to do around the time when that game came out.
Yeah.
It's not something that I personally miss, but, you know, everyone has different tastes.
Yeah. I hate how in the end of the game you have to fight Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, and Taru. Fuck. I hated that shit.
It's a hard boss fight.
Yeah, well it is. The only time I got close, it was a long time ago when I was a kid, was Shao Kahn. I was halfway at the halfway bar at him. But I fucking died.
Yeah.
It sucked.
No, let's think about some of those games going back into it. You get farther than you ever would have, like when you were a kid at that time.
Yeah, not now. Is my gaming skill is not. Gaming skill, I'm not used to PS2 controller, more used to Xbox and PS4.
Oh yeah, I mean it takes some time to pick up, but once you get into it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say maybe about the story?
I say the story's pretty good. I like the story. I like the cutscenes there. I like Raiden's accent in this game. He's got a good accent. I think it's British Raiden, but he's pretty good.
Yeah. His voice actor really stood out to me.
Yeah. I like the intro in the game. Holy frig, the intro was good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if you watch, it's like Mortal Kombat. Then it shows all the fighters fighting each other there. Holy frig, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I remember, what was it there? Johnny Cage tried to kick Goro, and Goro threw him halfway across the room there, just with one hand.
Yeah. I think I remember that.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Then you had Shang Tsung get his ass kicked by Liu Kang, and Goro comes out to help Shang Tsung.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his muscle. That
Yeah.
Shang Tsung's muscle is Goro.
Yeah. What about the main characters themselves? Who were you playing as?
I was playing as Kung Lao.
Okay.
Kung Lao's pretty good. I fought the clay that. There's this puzzle in this game where you have to break statues just to progress the reptile.
So there's puzzles in the game as well?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Because reptiles was hard there.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to defeat reptile, I managed to defeat him. There was that snake there. The thing I hated in the game back then, you had to do what was it? You had to fight the snake and not get hit by him too many times there. Try to jump on those platforms, but the snake's going like this and like that. He's all over the place.
So you'd say it's a challenging game, or there's definitely some challenges in there?
Yeah, there's challenges in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So you wouldn't really say it's a casual game.
No, definitely not. I say True Crime Street Fighter is more of a casual game.
Yeah.
Because I played that, so.
What about the other characters? Anyone else you play as besides Kung Lao?
Well, you can play as Liu Kang, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero.
What do you think about those characters?
I think Sub-Zero's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like Sub-Zero in that game. He's awesome. I remember the fight back in the day was Infernal Scorpion. Holy frig, he was crazy. I haven't got to that part recently, but I remember the fight back in the day there. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Infernal Scorpion, there was Sub-Zero and Goro. Goro was hard.
Mm-hmm.
But back then I had more gaming skill back then.
And it's was it a side scroller or was it more of a 3D open world kind of game?
It's just side-scrolling 3D beat up, but it has open world elements there.
Okay.
Because you can go into different portals like the Living Forest, the Soul Tombs, you know, the Monastery, the Wasteland.
Okay, so it kind of like almost changes genres for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I like whenever games do that or they mess around with the perspective.
Yeah.
And it's just not the same thing like throughout the entire game. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I like how it mixes it up. I really enjoyed the combat. I thought it was really fluid then. It's still fluid now, really.
Yeah. I like when you can put the guys in the Living Forest trees as the trees eat them. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I like when they mess around with the environment as well.
Yeah. I hated the clay soldiers because they had shields to break and you had to use the fists of ruin.
Okay, yeah.
I hated those guys. Those are another annoying enemy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of variety in the enemies then.
Yeah.
A lot of different enemy types.
There's enemies from the MK lore like the Shao Priests, the Tarkatans, and a bunch of other ones there.
Mm-hmm.
I like the only were kind of easy to fight there. I know you're in Goro's lair and that there. The only warlord's easy to beat there. He's the first boss of the game. You don't have to use any fatalities just to kick the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
But those royal guards there from the intro of the game, those guys are hard to deal with because you have to use a block attack.
Mm-hmm.
When they block and they're stunned almost, you get a window of opportunity to hit them.
Okay.
Which is good.
No, that sounds good. It sounds like a pretty tight gameplay.
Yeah. But I hated Shao Kahn back in the day. He was annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like Shao Kahn. He was just a pain in the ass.
And for all the positives, would you say there's maybe any, I don't know, negative things that the game that you might want to know about before going in?
Well, there's negative things. You know, the fatality inputs are kind of hard to do if you don't know how to do them.
Mm-hmm.
And
so there's like a learning curve.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
And some of the boss battles are tough because they're hard to beat. Especially if you fuck up on the fatality, you give them half their health bar back, which is stupid. I didn't like that there.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad you couldn't just beat them normally there.
Right. Like in most games.
Yeah, like if you had a cutscene, then they did the fatality.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nice if they did that. But, you know, the checkpoints, you know, are very inconsistent sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say if you die, you have to restart and fight that boss over again, which is like, eh.
Yeah. Wouldn't be crazy about it.
No, I'm not crazy about it either. I know the game is 2-player.
Mm-hmm.
So it is co-op, just local co-op there. Just bring a friend over and play the game.
Right, 'cause online co-op wasn't much of a thing at that time.
No. Maybe if they remaster it, probably would have online co-op there, which they should do.
Oh, probably. I mean, I'd like to see it online with someone else from around the world. I mean, if they can do it on Steam, I don't see why they couldn't.
They couldn't do it if they could do it on Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, or even on Nintendo Switch would be nice.
Yeah.
So Nintendo Switch has a game there. Nintendo has a game for their system. Nintendo needs the games for their consoles there. Even if it's third parties are good for Nintendo.
Yeah, that's true.
Because everyone needs third parties, especially to all three other platforms there. PC's got third parties, but they got some weird games on there from time to time.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So what do you want to rate MK Shaolin Monks out of?
I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10, maybe even a 9. What about you?
I give it an 8.5. 8.5 is good.
It's a solid game. It was pretty well made.
Yeah.
And really, I think, stood the test of time.
Oh, yeah. It's people wanted it, so it's a cult game, but people really want this game to come back there. Because people wanted to come back, even telling the developers like Ed Boon to bring this series back.
Oh, I believe it. I'm totally on board with that, too.
Same here, so. Skiller J here.
And then,
Retro Mon Gamers. We'll see people for the next major review. Bye.
see ya.